The Eternal Sun story begins with two TU Delft PhD students, Chokri and Stefan, who were researching advanced solar cell materials. In order to properly test their material, they needed to build and design a new solar simulator, as there was no such accurate simulator on the market. At this stage, did they see the full picture, the opportunity? No, they didn't. The opportunity for commercialization was actually recognized by a professor. And soon after, Eternal Sun was founded. Let's take a look at the history of Eternal Sun and highlight some key events. The first prototype was produced in early 2011, and just after a few months they had already made 2 sales in the Netherlands, 1 in India and 1 in Korea. In December 2014 they secured Series A funding, and by March 2015 they had relocated to Den Haag. In 2016 they acquired PV manufacturer Solar Spire and also added a new CCO and CFO to the company. Finally, in 2019, ABN AMRO became major stakeholders. There are 5 main growth stages for any startup: the research phase, the opportunity framing phase, pre-organization, reorientation, and sustainable returns. Both founders were young and unknown in their field when they founded Eternal Sun. The nature of the discovery and development meant that they were able to go from the idea to the prototype in less than a year. The opportunity framing phase also differed from typical university spin-offs. The screening process did not take long. It was recognized immediately that they had achieved the highest standard in the field. The proof of concept and market already existed from the beginning, as the results from the prototype created a buzz around the academic community. Eternal Sun have been approached by many companies in a range of industries, showing that their applications for their technology go far beyond their beachhead market. However, the very nature of their product means that no significant reorientation is needed. Eternal Sun reached sustainable returns phase of development through exploitation of their beachhead market, research institutions and universities. Let's take a look at Eternal Sun's opportunity analysis canvas. This can be divided into 3 sections: thinking entrepreneurially, seeing entrepreneurially, and acting entrepreneurially. Firstly, they think entrepreneurially. The founders of the company had the right mindset, being surrounded by motivated students, professors, and startup incubators. After they understood the opportunity, they had a clear idea of what they wanted to achieve, and they knew that they could capitalize on many contacts they had in the field. They also see entrepreneurially. The main technical change that created the opportunity for Eternal Sun was the growth of the solar PV industry. Everyone operating in the industry needs to simulate the solar spectrum to test their equipment. Eternal Sun's competitive advantage is that their climate chamber is the most accurate on the market. Lastly, they act entrepreneurially. The initial value proposition was for universities and research institutions that needed testing equipment that accurately simulates the solar spectrum. Their climate chamber is a solar simulator that provides unrivaled accuracy. Unlike all alternatives, their product uses steady-state sunlight with AAA class accuracy inside the climate chamber. Now we'll look at the business model. ABN AMRO and Vermec NV are key financial partners. Spire Solar is a key technical partner, and they have a number of key material suppliers. The activities are the design, manufacture and delivery of their products and services. The manufacturing facilities, intellectual property, knowledge and finances are their key resources. Their website and distribution network allow them to connect with their customers. However, most of the interaction will be in person where possible. The main division between customer segments is in their end use, whether they need to test or buy solar panels. The cost structure is value driven, as their competitive advantage lies in their superior quality. They currently generate social and ecological revenue through their contribution to increased efficiency and quality in the clean energy sector. Eternal Sun does not currently have a circular business model. Their product consists of highly complicated assemblies made from materials that are very difficult to recycle. So how can we make a certain circular business model for Eternal Sun? By changing their business model from selling to leasing products, Eternal Sun would therefore take responsibility for their product's full life cycle, including material recycling. Further research on material recycling would allow Eternal Sun to achieve a closed material cycle and therefore a circular business model. After analysing Eternal Sun's history and business plan, one can see why they've become a very successful startup.